7 championship game. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck. Welcome to the 30th final of the Big League Baseball World Series. Today you'll see the oldest players under the Little League Baseball umbrella, youngsters 16 through 18 years of age. We began the tournament with 11 teams from around the country and around the world, and now we're down to just 2. Broward County, Florida, Maracaibo, Venezuela, the international champions. My broadcast partner pitched 26 big league seasons. He won 288 ball games, Tommy John. And Tommy, Broward County has been impressive. They are 4-0, and they have outscored their opponents 36-8.
And they want to continue, and they will continue with Mark Cochran, Frank Marciante, and Ryan Sheely. Combined, they have hit 19 for 38, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, and only 1 strikeout. They are a very, very good hitting ball club.
Now, Venezuela lost their first game of this double elimination tournament on Thursday night. Hence, they had to win last night, and they won in impressive fashion, 26-0 over Puerto Rico. But today, we're talking about pitching, not hitting.
Well, if Venezuela has a chance, Hector Lopez has to come through. He's not a fastball pitcher, which is good for Venezuela. He's curveball, slider, forkball, nibbles with his fastball. If Hector Lopez, not overpowering, he's got to pitch out in front. He's got to be able to hit with his breaking ball to keep these Broward County sluggers off stride.
Venezuela comes into the championship game with a record 4-1 overall in this tournament. And here's their batting order for today. Jose Moreno will lead off playing third base. Javier Hernandez, hitting .412, will play second. Angel Guerrero in center field will bat third. He's already got 2 homers and 5 ribbies in the tournament. Ronaldo Hidalgo is in right field. Jesus Malero at first base. Ray Morales is the shortstop. Dixon Gonzalez the DH. Alexander Delgado, batting .500, is in left field, and Dudis Duran is behind the plate. And on the mound in pitching is Jim Regan for Broward County. And Tommy, he is a outstanding prospect, 18 years of age.
Bruce, I tell you, he is a lot like Greg Maddux on the Braves. He is probably the best pitcher. Not the best stuff, but the best pitcher. He can throw the ball off speed, throw his breaking ball anytime in the count, and he challenges you with a good live fastball.
Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for Broward County for this afternoon's ball game.
Presley, Galt, Marciante, left, center, and right. Cochran, Mamone, Sheely, and the glue of the infield, Fox at shortstop, Corbell catching, and Jimmy Regan on the mound.
Broward County perfect thus far, 4-0. Calling balls and strikes today will be Dominic Esposito from Fairport, New York. And the rest of his staff includes Denny Walsh from Roseville, California, Candido Martinez from Puerto Rico, Greg Aiken from Dress AFB, Texas, Greg Allen from Santa Ana, California, and Ron Jedlinski from Calumet City, Illinois. So we're set to go at Floyd Hall Stadium. The dimensions 310, 345, 365 to dead center, 350 in the right center field gap, and 330 down the right field line. And leading off is Jose Moreno. Moreno batting .353 in the tournament, 6 for 17 with 8 runs scored. Moreno went to the Pan Am Games in Brazil, also the World Series in Cuba. One of the most experienced players for Venezuela. And a ground ball hit to short, picked up by Mike Fox, plays on to Ryan Sheely, and 1 man gone. Tommy, when you talk about this ballpark, it opened in 1965. You can see it's very unique down the left field line. You've got the big fence, 20 feet high. It is one of the best facilities in the world for the Little League Baseball program.
I tell you, Fort Lauderdale does an outstanding job of keeping this field in great shape year-round. Floyd, Hull, and all of his people to be commended also.
1 ball, no strikes to Javier Hernandez. Hernandez, 17 years of age. He's batting .412 in the tournament, 7 for 17, and he fouls it off. Hernandez also played in the World Series last year in Cuba. He's the fastest player on this Venezuela team. Regan's pitch fouled off, and it's 1-2.
One thing to note, he might be the fastest, but one base you cannot steal in baseball. That's first base. You got to hit yourself on or you got to walk. Once you're on, it's a different story.
Absolutely. 1-2 to Hernandez. 1 out. Top of the first. Fly ball, short left field. That'll drop for a base hit. So Hernandez goes the other way. We have our first base runner of the ball game.
Hernandez with the single.
And that'll bring up Angel Gotera, who was very impressive last night with 2 home runs against Puerto Rico.
Bruce, in all fairness, you and I could have gotten 2 home runs last night. After Puerto Rico used their first 2 pitchers, then it was just down to who wanted to take the ball for the rest of the game.
Runner goes. The pitch, throw down to second base, not in time. Stolen base for Hernandez. We talked about the speed of Javier Hernandez. He got a great jump.
He got a good jump, and I think what the Venezuelan coaches want to do, they want to show right off the bat that if you let their people get on base, they're going to take advantage of you with their speed. They have power, but they don't have awesome power, so they're going to have to do a lot of stealing, hitting and running, hitting behind the runner.
There's the ball, and it's 1-1. 1-1, 1 out. Javier Hernandez on second. Top of the first. Big League Baseball World Series for 1997. Down low and away, and it's 2-1. Regan is 1-0 in the tournament. He beat USA East 12-2 in a 6-inning outing. Gave up 5 base hits and 2 runs. Only struck out 1 batter and walked 2. 2-1 pitch to Gotera. Upstairs, send a throw back to second base, and a pretty strong arm showed there by Al Corbeil.
Corbeil's a good catcher. He's got good mechanics. He's if you could watch his feet, that makes a catcher. When you throw to the bases, it's footwork as much as arm strength. Bruce, this is a good hitter's count. 3-1. Regan's got to be careful.
And the breaking pitch misses, and it's ball 4. So Gotera is on, and Regan a little bit of a jam here in the first inning. And the cleanup hitter steps up, Ronaldo Hidalgo, who has not hit a homer in the World Series, but has 8 ribbies and is batting .471.
Right fielder number 18.
And Hidalgo is a guy that the Venezuelans say plays the game like Pete Rose. He's very aggressive. He doesn't care if he gets hit with the ball.
You know what would have been nice is if they could have taken Hidalgo up to Pete's restaurant here in Boca Raton and maybe let him walk around up there, rejuvenating.
Regan ready from the stretch. Downstairs for a ball, and that one bounced before the plate.
Regan had arm trouble this year in high school, and he's still in the rehab state. His fastball is not up to qualities as it was last year. But he's got to pitch out in front. It's tough to pitch behind in the count.
1-0 to Hidalgo. It's fouled off, and it will carry out of play. There is very little room down the left and right field line in foul territory, Tommy. And there's the coach of Broward County, the manager, Jeff Eidelberg from Coral Springs. 1992 to 97, he has been the manager in the program, and 4 times big league champions. Eidelberg has been here twice before at the Big League Baseball World Series. He's won 1, that was in 92 over Venezuela, and he lost 1. And a good play at shortstop, and Michael Fox is able to turn a double play, and Regan gets out of the jam. So Mike Fox with a quick toss to Dave Mamone, and Broward County is out of there, no score. First half inning of play.
yourself. Hey, what's that saying?
Too many games? Not enough fields? Musco, official lighting sponsor of Little League Baseball, has the solution. Unique, affordable lighting systems that volunteers can install. With Musco's special pricing, financing, and fundraising help, you can be playing under the lights. Call for a free guide to lighting your Little League field now. 1-800-825-5004. Musco Lighting. We make it happen for you.
The official factory direct equipment supplier of Little League Baseball. No score, bottom of the first, Floyd Hole Stadium, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here's the batting order for Broward County. Mark Cochran, the number 3 hitter, is batting .538. And as Tommy mentioned, there are 3 hitters, Cochran, Marcianti, and Shealy in the middle of that lineup. 6 homers among them. On the mound is Hector Lopez of Venezuela, 1-0 thus far with an 8-2 victory over Puerto Rico.
Hector Lopez only pitched 4 1/3 innings in that first game. Has 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, and he's not a fastball pitcher. He will nibble with his fastball. His best pitch is a split-fingered forkball.
Mike Box leads off for Broward County, batting .222. He has scored 6 runs, and he takes a ball. Box, team captain, the team leader, calls all the plays. He's been with the manager, Jeff Eidelberg, since he was 13 years of age, and it's 2-0. Pretty good on base percentage for the leadoff hitter. And there's a strike, so Hector Lopez finds the plate.
Kind of tells you with a .222 average and a 500-plus OBA, there's more to do when you lead off than just getting base hits.
And a breaking pitch hits the shortstop, handled by Ray Morales. Plays over to Jesus Valero, one-man tie. And here's a look at the Venezuela defense for today's ball game.
Delgado, Gotera, Hidalgo in the outfield. Moreno, Morales, Hernandez, Molero around the infield. Duran catching, and Hector Lopez on the mound.
Well done, Tommy. And that defense is very good.
You don't think I played 26 years and been around Latin ball players for nothing. That is the strength of their ball club. They may not be able to hit with Broward, but they are very good gloves.
Al Corbeil takes the first pitch. It's a strike call. Corbeil batting .538 in the tournament. 5'11" or 6 foot 180. He'll attend Manatee Community College in Bradenton. Strike 2. Just got the inside part of the plate.
And you saw the first 2 pitches, breaking ball, breaking ball. That is Hector Lopez's strength. Watch the curveball here. Good location, good spin. You see the ball breaking on the inside part of the plate.
0-2 pitch, fouled off. Corbeil's just starting to get into the groove with the bat. Very mature young man, aggressive. Led Broward County with a .579 batting average during his varsity season. And that ball misses, 1-2.
Hey, work him, 9-0, work him, baby.
Corbeil, a 29th round draft pick by the Milwaukee Brewers. 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch, and a base hit to center field. Nice little piece of hitting by Al Corbeil, behind in the count, and waited on that breaking pitch nicely.
We'll see Corbeil be fooled with the breaking ball out on his front foot. Watch him out on the front foot and just reached out and slapped the ball out into right center field. As you said, Bruce, a good piece of hitting. That was a good pitch by Lopez, and I'm sure that's what the catcher, Duran, went out and said, hey, look, he just hit a good pitch.
And to be fooled and come back in the same pitch.
That's right.
So Mark Cochran steps in. He's batting .538. The number 3 hitter, part of this murderer's row for Broward County. Cochran, Marcianti, and Shealy. Right-handed hitter. Ball outside and high, and it's 1-0.
Watch Cochran a little bit. Watch him get down into that crouch. Looked a little bit maybe like Jeff Bagwell. Maybe not quite as open.
And there's a fastball, and it's over for a strike, so it's 1-1. Cochran will return to Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida for his senior season in the fall of '97. So this ball club in Broward County, a nice mixture of young kids and some older kids who are already in college.
Bruce, Jeff Heidelberg told me that last year they took on their all-star team a bunch of 16-year-olds because they were pointing for this year. He said next year they may be as good or better than what they are this year because they've got a good crop of young kids.
Lopez just missing. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Al Corbeil on first. We're the bottom half of the first inning. No score. Maracaibo, Venezuela, and Broward County, Florida in the championship of the Big League Baseball World Series. Lopez ready. Runner goes. Pitch is low. Throw down by Duran, and it goes at the center field. Corbeil will have to hold there. He's got a stolen base. And he got a pretty decent jump.
Hector Lopez is extremely slow. Watch the leg kick. He's long-armed. And when you do that, coupled with a little speed, and the catcher does not have a great arm. He's got good footwork. He gets rid of the ball quickly, but he doesn't possess a real outstanding arm. I think Broward, if they get the guys on, if they want to, I think they can steal on Duran.
3-1 the count. So Mark Cochran with Corbeil on second. And the breaking pitch misses outside, ball 4. So Cochran draws a walk. And 2 on for Frank Marcianti. No score in the bottom of the first, but Broward County threatening, and now they get their number 4 hitter to the plate. And this guy, Frank Marcianti, has not made any easy outs in the World Series.
He's faking already. He's faking. Here we go.
We see the coach of Venezuela kind of giving it to Dominic Espinosa. I think he thought that last pitch was a pretty good pitch. From my point of view, I thought it was a pretty good pitch, too.
Roberto de Jesus Murillo. Now, we had a chance to talk to him for quite a while last night, an engaging gentleman, and just excited about being here in the championship game. He talked about how important it is just to win the international side.
That's right. That's exactly right. When they were, if they win today, this is just icing on the cake. But when they won last night, especially beating their compadres from Puerto Rico.
2 on, 1 out. And the pitch inside for a ball. Frank Marcianti, happy birthday, Frank. He's 19 today. And Tommy, the cutoff date, I guess, is July 31st, August 1st.
August 1st, right. You have to be 18 before August 1st, and you're eligible to play.
Off-speed pitch, catches the corner. Nice pitch by Lopez, 1-1. And you don't want to throw a fastball to Marcianti.
Well, USA South from Melbourne, Florida found that out. They tried to throw, their pitcher had a pretty good fastball, tried to throw fastballs by Cochran, Marcianti, and Sheely, and they wound up in the swing sets over there.
Lopez checks the runners. Another fastball, but this one misses, and it's 2-1.
Hey, don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. Front shoulder, track through.
Only 76 miles per hour on the Jugs gun in that last pitch. But remember, Lopez is not a fastball pitcher.
No, and the Jugs gun is the faster of the guns.
He may need it. That ball misses, and it's 3-1 with Ryan Sheely waiting on deck. Another good hitter.
You know what's happening? What happens to a lot of pitchers when you face a good-hitting ball club, i.e. the Cincinnati Reds or the Braves or the Marlins or anything like this, regardless of level, you start nibbling and you nibble and you say, uh-oh, I can't throw my fastball. You have to throw strikes.
And that ball is ripped into center field, and it gets by Angel Gutierrez. Coming down to score is Al Corbeil. Heading to third is Mark Cochran. He is being held up, and on at second base is Frank Marcianti. So a double to center field for Marcianti and 1 RBI.
1 out.
Watch Marciani really get extended. That's why those Broward guys can hammer fastballs. They love to get their arms extended. Not a real good play, Bruce, by Angel Gutierrez. You've got to keep that ball in front of you. If you keep the ball in front of you, the bases are loaded. And you've instead of having one run in, you've got the bases loaded. You still might be able to get out of it with a ground ball. Wasn't a wise choice taking the dive.
And here comes Ryan Sheely, who is a physical specimen. 6'6", 225, and he is being given a pass. So an intentional walk to Sheely. And the bases are jammed for Jose Velez, the designated hitter.
Draws the intentional base on ball. Loads the bases.
Yeah, I would love to see that rule put into existence in Major League Baseball. One of the things I hate is to see the intentional walk, the four, you throw the ball out there. Yeah, every once in a while you may see some pitcher uncork a wild pitch. But if they're talking about trying to speed the game up, that's the way to do it.
Jose Velez, 1 for 4 in the tournament. But he's got a great deal of potential, they say. Only 17 years of age. Plays third base, first base, plays basically everywhere. Fly ball to Gutierrez. Makes the catch. Here comes the tag by Cochran. And he is in there. Holding at second base is Marciani. But Broward County takes a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
Velez waited no time, saw that first pitch, boom, fly ball center field. And again, you saw Angel Gutierrez catch the ball and does not have a real strong arm. He threw the ball into the first baseman, the cutoff man, who had to try to relay it home. And it was just not a real good, strong throw.
So 2 outs and 2 runs in. And here's Josh Presley. Presley, the left fielder, batting 167. Breaking pitch, base hit, right field. And coming around third is Marciani. Now he's caught. Throw back to third. Marciani in a pickle. Moreno runs him back, and he's tagged out by Dudas Duran. It was not a deep ball, and it was hit so hard that there was no way he was going to come around the line to score. But Broward County does get 2 in the bottom of the first, and they lead 2-0.
There are great billiard rooms.
Coconut Creek.
He was ready.
Well, there's a look at an ominous sky here in Fort Lauderdale. It is very hot and humid. Typical August day. Broward County in front by a score of 2-0 at the end of 1 inning of play. 91 degrees, but there is a chance for a thunderstorm throughout the day, and there's not much wind, Tommy, which means that air is just sitting there.
Well, I was trying to look at the flags, and it looked to me like the wind was blowing straight down because they weren't moving. But this says you're absolutely right. In August, in Fort Lauderdale, you expect high temperatures, high humidity, and you get those thunder boomers that come in.
And I hear them right now as we speak.
Yeah.
First baseman, number 21.
Good look at the facility here, which has really gone through some amazing growth since the groundbreaking in 1964. Jesus Malero steps in to face Jim Regan, and the first pitch is over for a strike. Malero batting .333 with 5 RBIs, 18 years of age, a very good defensive player. Ground ball to first base. Ryan Sheely, no problem, steps on the bag, 1 away.
Malero put out by Sheely.
You like Sheely's size, Tommy?
Sheely could play small forward in basketball. Sheely could play baseball. Sheely could play football.
And he does. He plays tight end and defensive end, and he was very good this past year, all county in football. Ray Morales, the shortstop.
If I were Ryan Sheely, I've got a pretty good shot at playing baseball. I would forsake all my other talents and all my other sports, and I would concentrate on the little brown pellet.
And Regan is over. It's 1-1. Ray Morales, the shortstop, .294 in the World Series, 2 RBIs. Regan upstairs, a ball. It's 2-1.
Generally, when you see a pitcher hang a curveball, if you watch his arm angle, the arm will go from back to front and not up and down.
Fly ball, second baseman Dave Mamone calls for it on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. So 2 away. Tune into the Deuce tomorrow for the Big League Softball World Series Championship game. 16 to 18-year-old girls from Waldorf, Maryland take on the host team from Kalamazoo, Michigan tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Dixon Gonzalez, the DH, steps in, and he swings at the first pitch, strike one.
Remember what the coaches were saying last night, that he has the heart of a 12-year-old, that he goes out there sometimes play with reckless abandon? That was one of those reckless abandon swings right there, up about cap bill high.
I thought a positive way to spin it was he plays with compassion.
Yeah, that's what they said. He plays with compassion. Yeah, I do too. After you knock somebody down, you pick them up and say, "Are you all right?"
1-1 pitch misses, and it's 2-1. He's got a lot of power, Gonzalez. 9 ribbies, no homers yet in the Big League Baseball World Series. And he went way away on that one, fishing, and it's 2-2. He has a tendency to swing at the high fastball. That time he went for the ball away, and it's outside 3-2.
You know, we used to have a saying in the minor leagues and in the big leagues. Latin American ball players love high fastballs, and they have a hard time hitting breaking balls, which is why you see a lot of their pitchers are curveball pitchers.
3-2 the count. Regan's pitch struck him out, and Regan, who's been up to 83 in the judge gun, gets him on a high fastball, which is where Gonzalez wants the ball. 1.5 complete. Broward County leading 2-0.
The Bose Wave radio was created around the idea of simplicity. Its award-winning audio technology delivers rich, lifelike sound that radio world called.
What would you give to be more confident? What would you give for the knowledge it takes to move with certainty through every business day?
Just $3.90 a week brings you the Wall Street Journal. Our personal finance guide and decision maker software is free with your paid 10-week subscription. Call now, 800-248-1300. That's 800-248-1300 for the Wall Street Journal.
Ball for a 2-run homer in the first, and the representatives from the Far East never look back, winning 6-1. But manager Jeff Eidelberg has different designs on what will transpire today. You know, he lists as his favorite celebrity Sammy Davis Jr., but as his favorite baseball player Tommy John. Is that a setup?
Yeah. You see those shades he's wearing? I used to have those yesterday.
Chris Galt leads off for Broward in the bottom of the second. They lead 2-0. Big League Baseball World Series Championship game. Hector Lopez with a good curve on the corner, and it's 1-1. And you will see mostly curveballs, forkballs, change-ups from Lopez. He doesn't want to throw too many fastballs. 1-1 pitch. Just misses 2-1.
But when he throws it, it is that pitch right there, just out of the strike zone, just above the letters, just something where they can't lay their bat on the ball.
And you always say, Tommy, that the best pitches that a pitcher throws sometimes are not strikes.
Well, I just say that control is not throwing strikes. Control is the ability to throw strikes, but also the ability to throw a ball also when you want to.
3-1 pitch to Galt, and it's called strike 2. A little late call from home plate umpire Dominic Esposito, but it's 3-2 to Chris Galt.
I think Chris Galt was trying to sell Dominic Esposito on the fact that that was inside, and that was a pretty good pitch. Umpires don't miss that ball because that's right in front of their eyes.
3-2 to Galt. This time, Lopez misses and Galt is on. So Chris Galt, one of the top 100 juniors in the country last year, and he's on first. Broward reached the championship game in impressive fashion over USA South 3-2. Then they exploded against USA East and USA West, and then 7-0 against USA South on Thursday night. So they've outscored their opponents 36-8, and they have not lost in becoming the national winners. Dave Mamone steps in for the first time, the 9th hitter in the lineup for Broward County. Mamone will attend Nova Southeast University in the fall of '97. And there's the ball.
Good bit of strategy by Jeff Eidelberg, the last place 9th hitter. Man on first base, bunt him over, let the top of your lineup, the guys who are going to drive the runs in, have a chance.
Go, team.
1-0 to Mamone, and it's down in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, Dudas Duran. The throw to second, nobody covering, and the ball goes into center field where Gotera runs it down. Nobody was on the base, and Duran just fired it at an empty base. Certainly not his fault.
Don't take it for granted. Short backstop.
Well, I think Duran did not expect the ball to take a rebound off the backstop, and it came right to him. And had there been somebody there, he's out.
So Chris Galt on second. Nobody out. Bottom of the second. Broward County leading 2-0. 2-0 the count to Dave Mamone. And Mamone tried to bunt. Strike one.
And not only do you have to be good to win, Bruce, you've got to be a little lucky every now and then, too. And Broward County was lucky on that last sequence of plays. Wild pitch, and had they been covering,
right.
Usually when the runner goes, somebody is going to cover second base. That's just, you've got to cover either the shortstop or second base.
2-1 to Mamone. And that ball never broke. It's upstairs for a ball. Mamone played this past year at Upper Iowa University in the World Series. He's batting .571, 4 for 7. Three balls, one strike, no outs. Galt leads off second. Lopez's pitch inside, ball 4.
Ball hit him. Ball hit the batter.
So Mamone is on. 2 on for Broward County, and Little League Baseball wishes to thank its corporate partners for their support. Hershey, Sports Supply Group, Gatorade, Pizza Hut, Musco Lighting, Lever Brothers, Honda, Lionel, and Rawlings. All part of the Little League Baseball family. Take a look at the crowd here at Floyd Hall Stadium on 28th Avenue, 28th Street and 8th Avenue. Raindrops starting to fall just lightly, which is no surprise. And Mike Fox steps in, grounded to short his first time up. Galt on second, Mamone on first. Nobody out. Lopez having trouble finding the plate now, Tommy.
And Lopez he might as well be having a pick and shovel out there because he's digging himself into a big, big hole. You had 8, 9, and 1 in this inning, and he ended up walking the 8th hitter, Chris Galt, hitting Mamone, the 9th hitter, and now they flip-flop the batting order, and Fox is up, and Venezuela's playing for the bunt. They've got the wheel play on, the wheel play. The wheel play is where when the pitcher comes set and starts to throw home, everybody charges. The shortstop goes to third where they're trying to get the out at third base. To me, it's the worst play in baseball.
1-0 pitch. Down low, good stop by Duran. Now, everybody is available in this game as far as pitching is concerned. This is the last game of the World Series. You can do whatever you want and whatever it takes to get through it. And loosening up in the bullpen right now is Jonathan Nunez, number 17.
Venezuela has 4 pitchers ready. They have 4 pitchers ready. I thought their best, at least that's what all the pro scouts told me. Hidalgo last night pitched against Puerto Rico. He throws the ball in the upper 80s. But I think it was Venezuela's plan not to have a fastball pitcher try to pitch against the Broward County team because they are so good at hitting fastballs.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Broward already leading the ball game 2-0 and threatening again. Mike Fox at the plate with Galt and Mamone on. And Hector Lopez struggling on the hill for Maracaibo, Venezuela. And it's bunted. A good one back to the mound. The throw to third. He's got him. That ball was fielded extremely well by Lopez, who made the play to Moreno, and it erases the lead runner, Chris Gall.
This is the exuberance of youth. When the ball was bunted, I never thought the pitcher had a chance to get the runner at third base. Watch him pick, throw, all in one motion, and throw a strike.
On the fielder's choice.
This is a very, very good play by Hector Lopez. You don't see guys in the big leagues getting paid millions of dollars to make that play any better.
So Al Corbeil steps in. He singled to center and scored a run in the first. Runners on first and second, one away. And that pitch way upstairs and out of the strike zone. And Corbeil went after it.
First time up, Al Corbeil swung the bat. The high fastballs, Al Corbeil is up there. I guarantee he's not up there to walk or. When that fastball, he doesn't throw it very hard in the low 80s. It looks like a big old cantaloupe coming up there.
Fouled away. He played for the #1 ranked Sunrise team in the big league regular season. Batted .490 with 12 home runs.
You have to remember now, the first time up on an 0-2 pitch, the count now is 0-2. They threw him a breaking ball. He was out in front, and he flicked the ball out into right field for a base hit. Venezuela may want to try to stand him upright, try to throw the ball right in at his knuckles, try to roast those knuckles like you would some peanuts.
0-2 pitch to Corbeil. And he went after it, protecting the plate. It was a high pitch. It's popped to second, and Javier Hernandez makes the grab.
And the infield fly rule was called because first and second, less than 2 outs, fly ball, infield fly, if fair. That was my call. Every time that was called in the major leagues, I would yell out, I didn't hear you guys yell, if fair.
So that brings up Mark Cochran. Broward County with a lot of opportunities here in the second inning, but not much across. 2-0 in the game, and Cochran, who walked and scored a run in the first, steps in. And Lopez busted him inside, and he got hit. So Lopez again going inside, and Cochran was hit by the pitch, and he gets first base.
I tell you, I think you got to do a little bit better job of getting out of the way of the ball than what Cochran did. Watch this right here, going into the ball and just stays right there. Tried to get out of the way of the ball. The ball just ticked. It looked like it ticked an arm hair right there on his left forearm. Good call by Dominic Espinoza.
Frank Marciante steps in, the birthday boy, with the bases loaded. And 2 away in the second, and the first pitch is upstairs for a ball.
It's where you wish you had about a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. If the guy wants to get hit, you say, okay, fine.
Marciante hit a ball over 400 feet over at Fort Lauderdale Stadium, not far from here. And that ball catches the corner. Good breaking pitch.
Frankie Marciante is just... These 3 guys, Cochran, Marciante, and Sheely, they just look like they can hit. If they were just standing out on the street and you would see them, you'd say, boy, these guys look like they could just hammer.
1-1 pitch, ball 2. And Lopez has nowhere to put Marciante, who was the quarterback of St. Thomas Aquinas football team. Played at Coastal Carolina University this past year and was a part of the Big South all-freshman team. But next year he'll go to Palm Beach Community College. 2-1 pitch. Hard ball hit foul.
Now you can name the teams in that Big South Conference, can't you? Winthrop, Liberty, Coastal Carolina. They held their league championship game at the Charlotte Knights baseball field. That's the only reason I can tell you that.
I'll defer to you in that one. Bruce Beck and Tommy John at Floyd Hall Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is the Big League Baseball World Series Championship game for 1997. Broward County leading Maracaibo, Venezuela 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded. for Broward County. 2 outs and a 2-2 count.
Biggest pitch of the game right here.
And Marciani drills it to center field. I don't think it'll get out, or will it? It's a home run, a grand slam for Marciani. And that ball just kept carrying. Frank Marciani enjoying his 19th birthday. And an exclamation point with a grand slam.
That's why at 2-2, it was the most important pitch Lopez had to throw in this young game, because you threw the fastball and you don't want to throw. Watch the fastball. Tried to get it inside. It went out over the plate. Watch him extend his arms. When the pitcher threw it, I guarantee you, whether you're 18 or you're 28 or you're 38, you know when you've thrown a bad pitch.
6-0 lead for Broward County. Wow, Marciani has been on fire now with 3 homers and 11 RBIs in the World Series.
First baseman, number 23.
And Ryan Sheely steps in, so it doesn't get any easier for Hector Lopez. Sheely missing, strike 1.
You know, one of the things you said, there's no place to put Marciani. Yes, there is. There's always, you have to remember this, in baseball, there is always an open base. And that's home plate. Sometimes it's better to take a walk and walk 1 run in.
Ground ball to short. Ray Morales is up with it, plays on to Valero, and the side is out. But not before Broward County exploded for 4 more runs to take a 6-0 lead. Frank Marciani with the grand slam.
If you love chocolate, peanuts, caramel, and especially Reese's peanut butter, good news. Reese's Nutrageous bars are now 20% bigger.
Whether you're in Little League or in the big leagues, you have to make choices. You can take a pitch, bad choice, or you can swing away. Good choice. Chewing or dipping tobacco is a bad choice. It's addictive and can cause serious health problems. And that's a whole lot worse than striking out. Make the right choice. Just play the game.
Is it getting hot? Too hot? Don't just sit there and suffer. Run to your phone and call this hotline now for Sears installed central air conditioning. Act now so you can get energy-efficient central air conditioning from Sears installed fast. Convenient financing is available, so don't sweat it. Call now and get immediate relief from the reliable professionals at Sears, the most trusted name around the house.
Great timing, guys. Played for 13 years and I retire, and now you're coming out with this sports news channel? All these scores and highlights are really going to help my career. Look at me now. Gardening. Morons. You guys want to kick my dog while you're here?
Big League Baseball World Series, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And right now it's a 6-0 lead for Broward County over Maracaibo, Venezuela. Maracaibo reached the championship game with 3 straight wins to open up the tournament over Puerto Rico, Europe, and Canada. Then they lost to Puerto Rico, which forced an elimination game to make it to the championship game. They came back last night with a 26-0 pounding.
You know, and the sad thing about that 26-0 pounding, and this is not what Steve Keener and Creighton Hale want in Little League Baseball. They did not substitute one player in that 26-0 win. The same team that started finished the game after 5 innings.
Alexander Delgado steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike from Jim Regan. Hey, I've heard of rally caps before, but this is rally ears or rally cups.
I kind of like that right there.
Ground ball hit to third. Mark Cochran all over it. He played that aggressively. Throws over to Sheely, 1 out. A lot of fans from around here will say that this is one of the better Broward County teams they have seen in years.
You know, one of the things that makes this Broward County team good, these kids, the ones who will be back next year, will quit playing ball after this game's over. They start right into fall baseball, Bruce, and they play fall baseball right up until December. Then January 15th, you start into your high school season. So they play baseball down here year-round.
Dudas Durant steps in, 17 years of age, batting .267 in the World Series with a couple of RBIs. He's 4 for 15. He's only 16. Fly ball, deep left field. And this one is out of here. A home run for Dudas Durant. And Maracaibo, Venezuela is on the scoreboard. It is now a 6-1 ball game. And this is one of the slower home run trots that I have seen.
It kind of looked like, was it Dave Henderson that used to run around with the flap down? Wasn't that Dave that kind of took his time going around? But, you know, if you hit it that far, you're 17, 18 years old, milk it for all it's worth. You're on national television.
And this kid is going to be a good one. He made the ball club because their best catcher had hepatitis and couldn't make the trip. But Durant showing plenty of power on this pitch. They say he's done an excellent job and has an extremely strong arm to go with that quick bat. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Jose Moreno.
Kind of makes you think how important Frankie Marciani's home run was. If they pitch to him and even if they walk him, it's a 3-1 game.
Fly ball, right field. Marciani is under this one, calls for it, and makes the catch. So they're starting to hit Jim Regan a little bit. All right, time for a little bit of trivia. And today's Big League Baseball trivia question is brought to you by Sports Supply Group, the official factory direct equipment supplier of Little League Baseball. The first Big League Baseball World Series was played in Winston-Salem, North Carolina in 1968. Which team won the first title?
I don't know, but Billy Packer did it.
Well, there were some limited teams in those first couple of years, 68 and 69, before the World Series moved to South Florida. And this ball by Javier Hernandez is hit deep to left center field. And this one is off the wall. Hernandez is into second base with a double. So the bat's coming alive for Maracaibo, Venezuela. Javier Hernandez batting .412 coming into this World Series final.
This was a fastball up and out over the plate, and he just drove it into left center field. And Josh Presley did not get a good jump on the ball. In fact, he surrounded it, and Josh doesn't have great speed. But Christian Galt had to run it down into left center field.
So that'll bring up Angel Gutierrez, the center fielder, who walked in the first. Hernandez on second, 1 run in. Venezuela trailing by a score of 6-1 in the top of the third. And the home plate umpire, Dominic Esposito, appealing to Greg Allen, the first base umpire, to see if he went around. He did not.
Now, Al Corbeil asked for the appeal, and actually that was asked for a bag right there. That wasn't even close.
And the 1-0 pitch, he busts him inside for a ball. It's 2-0.
You know, this was a very important inning for Jimmy Regan and the Broward County team. You just jump off to a 6-0 lead. You want to try to get your offense back in there and let those big guys start wailing again. Don't let Venezuela back into the game.
2-0 pitch fouled off and out of play.
And that holds true whether it's big league or it's the big leagues.
Dudas Durant already with a home run in this inning for Venezuela. And now Javier Hernandez with a double. Look at Gutierrez's numbers from last night. 2 home runs, and there were a couple of monster shots. Regan misses. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field. And they will hold the runner on second base, Hernandez. Going down to second is Gotera, and they got him. And not a good play by Maracaibo. Down by 5. And starting to get something going. Gotera is cut down. It's a 6-1 lead for Broward County, middle of the third.
It's a constant goal that you're working on, that you want to be fair in your questioning.
Balance simply means you acknowledge the fact that maybe any preconceived notions you go into a story with may not be right.
Fair and balanced. Fox News Channel.
No news organizations in recent history have made so conspicuous a commitment to being fair and being balanced.
Fox News Channel. We report, you decide.
King Hyundai at Deerfield Beach is hotter than ever. King Hyundai, in conjunction with Hyundai Motors, will double your rebates up to $4,000. The only Hyundai dealer in town to double your rebates up to $4,000. King Hyundai at Deerfield Beach can put you in a Hyundai with $0 down. Yes, $0 down. And at King Hyundai in Deerfield Beach, bad credit is good. Over 500 new and used cars and trucks in stock to choose from. The hottest deals, the largest inventory to choose from. Come and celebrate 60 years with King Hyundai of Deerfield Beach.
212th pick in the draft. Beating the odds. Pennant on the line.
There's some confusion on the call. The home plate ump confers with third base. That's it! It's all over! He's done it! Who can believe this impossible dream? His teammates are mauling him. It's complete madness!
Venezuela 1-4-0. Broward County 6-4-0. Bottom of the third inning. Little League Baseball's World Series is about to begin in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Today on the Deuce. Check out the Eastern Regional Championship game at 4 p.m. ESPN2 coverage of the World Series from Williamsport begins Monday. Then on Thursday, switch to ESPN for the International Championship game that determines who will face the USA champion. Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Jose Velez will lead off as we begin the bottom of the third, with Broward County leading 6-1. Tommy, what about that last play? Do you think they were a little too aggressive, Venezuela?
Well, the play was fine. It was like 2 seconds too late. As a batter runner, when you hit the ball, you have to read the left fielder's throw. Josh Presley missed the cutoff man, threw the ball about 10 feet over his head. You can't stop. You just keep right on chugging. He stopped, and then time he picked it up again, he was out by 25 feet.
Hector Lopez gets behind 3-0. There's Gotera, who has had some difficulties in center field and now on the base pass. He hit a rocket into left field. 3-0 pitch, and Lopez catches the corner. It's 3-1.
Bruce, coming into this inning, Lopez, not possessing great fastball, had 46 pitches, 23 balls, 23 strikes, only 3 first pitch strikes in the first 2 innings.
Ball 4, so Velez is on. All right, Tommy, we're ready to try to answer that trivia question I asked earlier. What is your answer?
Well, it's unfair because I know the answer.
Oh, come on. Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, I didn't know that answer.
The first champion.
I was going to say Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Josh Presley's got a good chance to hit Lopez because Josh, being 6'6", Josh has always had a long swing. Lopez does not throw hard enough to get the ball by him with that long swing. So I look for Josh to really put the bat on the ball hard today.
Presley, during tryouts, demolished the ball at Cypress Park in Coral Springs. Batting only 167 in the World Series, and a very solid breaking pitch from Lopez, and it froze Presley. 1-1. Nobody out. Bottom of the third.
In the game against the South, Josh struck out 3 times, and they got him on all fastballs in the upper part of the strike zone.
There's a strike at the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Presley with a base hit to right field, his first time up in the first inning. The inning ended when Marcianti was cut down trying to score. Runner goes, and the breaking pitch in the dirt. And a stolen base for Jose Velez. Josh Presley, also a very good pitcher. He attacks the glove, they say, throws it from 88 to 91.
Josh Presley is the John Smoltz of this staff. If Regan is the Maddox, Presley has more stuff. But he walks more, but he strikes out more, too.
2-2 pitch. Downstairs, ball 3.
You know, there's two schools of thought on stealing a runner on first base with a left-handed hitter. The biggest hole in baseball is when a left-handed hitter's up with the runner on first base. Now you allow the first baseman to get back on the outfield grass and protect that hole. Good or bad? Depends on what Josh does.
Payoff pitch to Presley. Ground ball off the glove of Malero. Goes into right field. Holding up at third, it's Jose Velez. So Presley hit the ball hard.
See, if he's holding the runner on, that's a base hit in right field. He gets a breaking ball. Watch the ball break. Josh gets on top of it and hits a ground ball that should have been fielded. And the first baseman, you see how far off the bag he was. That's the problem with stealing with a left-handed hitter up.
So first and third now with Chris Galt coming to the plate.
And we have a courtesy runner for Josh.
And it's important to mention one of the rules in Big League World Series baseball competition. There's a special pinch runner called a courtesy runner. Once an inning, he may replace a runner for anyone on base. That special pinch runner cannot be anyone who was in the lineup already. And Brian Spurio comes on.
Remember, Charlie Finley tried to get Herb Washington to do that? Charlie Finley was about 30 years too soon. Herb Washington would be a perfect courtesy runner.
Ground ball, second base. Hernandez has some trouble. Flips it to Morales for one. Back to first, double play. Hernandez, Morales, Malero. Well-turned double play as the run scores. And it's a 7-1 ball game. So Jose Velez coming down the line and giving Broward a 6-run lead.
Although Chris Galt did not get an RBI on that, he put the ball in play and got the runner in from third base.
Dave Mamone steps in. Mamone, his first time up, was hit by a pitch and scored. The grand slam home run by Marcianti. And this ball's hit well but foul. Out of play down the left field line. Broward County has flexed their bats throughout the week.
Yes, they have, and they keep on flexing them.
And the appeal to first base again. This time it's called a strike. So Dudas Duran, the catcher, maybe only 16, but he's got some maturity. He appeals right away to the home plate umpire.
Well, he can. You get a feel when you're back at the plate. I don't think he went myself, and that's a pitcher saying that. Usually I say if you take the bat off your shoulder, it's a strike.
1-2, 2 outs, and an excellent breaking pitch by Lopez, who gets Mamone looking. So Broward County gets one in the third. They extend their lead to 7-1.
First Ultimate Dance Party 1997 brought over 2 million people to their feet. Now brace yourself for the ultimate bomb. Arista is doing it again with Ultimate Hip Hop Party 1998. 16 solid hits. No filler, no way. Ultimate Hip Hop Party 1998 is available right now through this awesome TV offer. Cassette $12.98, CD $17.98. You won't be needing these anymore. Every major hit by every major artist is right here. This is your chance to own every one of today's hottest hits on one unstoppable album. Yo, don't sleep. Order Arista's Ultimate Hip Hop Party 1998 and get your party on.
What's the right grip feel like? Should you use the same club on every chip shot? The answers are in Golf Digest. No matter how well you play, you'll find tips and advice that will dramatically improve your game. Guaranteed. Want to know where the slot is at the top of your backswing? Or if you're good enough to carry a 4-iron, subscribe to Golf Digest. 12 issues are only $19.77. You'll also get our video. Hit it longer and straighter, free.
Call 800-247-3900. That's 800-247-3900.
Big League Baseball World Series, 7-1 lead for Broward County, Florida, over a team from Venezuela, Maracaibo. And Maracaibo in South America, in the northwestern part of Venezuela, near the Caribbean Sea. And Maracaibo, not far from the island of Aruba. Venezuela borders Colombia to the west, Guyana to the east, and Brazil to the south. And Maracaibo has traveled all the way to Fort Lauderdale, and they've earned their spot in the championship game. Reynaldo Hidalgo steps in, the right fielder, who lined out his first time up. Lined into a double play. And that's a miss. It's 1-1. Maracaibo, Tommy, known for baseball and boxing. And there's been a lot of great baseball players over the years. Luis Aparicio, Wilson Alvarez, Vic Davalillo, Julio Machado.
Pompeo Davalillo, Victor's brother, and a great White Sox, for you White Sox fans, Chico Carrasquel was the first real big name coming from Venezuela.
Two current world boxing champions, Jose Bonilla, the WBA flyweight champion, Antonio Cermino, the WBA junior featherweight champ. And that ball misses outside, it's ball 4. So Hidalgo draws a walk to start off the 4th inning. Venezuela is 1-6, and this is their 8th championship game. They won the title in 1986, and they beat Broward County in the process 6-4. And the last time they made it to a title game, they played Broward County and lost 5-4. And that 92 game had some history to it. As you look at Edison Jose Bellerin, who is the manager, but it's really the coach, Roberto de Jesus Murillo, that runs the show. It's a little different in Venezuela, where the manager is more of the business guy, isn't he?
He's the manager, like the business manager. The coach is he's the Casey Stengel of the team. But after that walk, Jeff Eidelberg came out, and rightfully so. You got a 7-1 lead. Hey, Jimmy, you got better control than this. Look, let him put the ball in play. The only thing that's going to hurt you right now as a pitcher is if you start walking and you start picking at the corners. Let him put the ball in play.
Jesus Malero steps in. Time was called by home plate umpire Dominic Esposito. So the lead runner is on, Reynaldo Hidalgo. Jesus Malero, the number 5 hitter in the lineup, who lined out to first in the 2nd inning in his only plate appearance. Batting .333 in the World Series, and he fouls it off and out of play. Well, Broward also has not done very well in the championship games. They're pleased they got there, but in 11 appearances now, going into today, 2-8. Their titles in 1985 and 1992. But the reason, Tommy, there was the dominance for so many years of the Far East, the Taiwan team.
That's exactly right. And when they came in here, they won. They never lost once they got to the big show.
0-1 pitch. Fly ball hit to right field. Marciani going over by the line, and he makes the catch in foul territory. So Malero is erased. Now, Tommy, the story on Taiwan and the fact that they are no longer participating in the Little League program overall is kind of an interesting one, and one that's been bandied about. They're no longer a member of Little League Baseball, Inc. There was a difference of philosophy on how the league should be structured. Essentially, the population within their districts was too large, right, and Taiwan would not make their districts smaller.
Exactly right, and therefore you play by the rules or you don't play, and I think that's rightfully so. And it's not to say that Taiwan was cheating or bending the rules. It's just that they had such a huge population size in their district that they could not conform to baseball rules.
Usually every 1,000 students in a district requires establishment of a new league. and they had 9,000 in some of their districts. But Little League Baseball has clearly said that the door is always open for Taiwan or any other country that wants to participate. Ray Morales has a 1-0 count. 1 out in the 4th. And a fly ball to left field. Josh Presley goes back, waits for it, and makes the grab. So 2 erased in the top of the 4th. And when you think of Little League Baseball, you think of 3 million youngsters in 89 countries around the globe.
And baseball truly is a world sport. And one of these days, there will be a true World Series of professional baseball where you will have it all over the country. You'll have Australia, Japan, the Pacific Rim countries.
And you look at some of the youngsters here as Edison Gonzalez steps in and flies it to left field. And if it stays fair, it's out of here. And it is foul ball. And it went over that 20-foot fence known as the Green Monster down here in South Florida, but just foul. And getting back to those youngsters, Tommy, I was saying that Little League Baseball, people think of it as just 12-year-olds, but it's it's boys and girls 5 to 18 years of age.
Plus, they have a challenger division for the physically challenged, the physically handicapped. And that is, Bruce, if you've never seen that, I opened up the Coral Springs challenger division one year. We'll see that ball. Gonzalez got out just barely out in front, and the ball was about 4 feet foul. Good call. Good call, left field umpire.
Throw back to first base, and hustling over there is Hidalgo.
But as I was saying, if you've never seen the challenger division, it is something that everybody should see, because these kids get in it the same as the guys who can run and throw.
Off-speed pitch by Regan, just misses.
Hey, way to back him up.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, 7-1, Broward County leading. And when you talk about Little League Baseball, you talk about boys baseball, girls softball. Regan from the stretch. The pitch, and going fishing that time was Gonzalez. And it's 2-2.
I can tell you for a fact, because my kids played right here at Floyd Hall Stadium in the Federal League. The loudest noise from any of the crowd is over there on that girls' softball field. They were very vocal. And you'd be watching the boys play, and there would be a few little, come on, guys, and then there would be roars would erupt from girls' softball.
2-2 pitch to Gonzalez, and that is a base hit. And it goes into left field. Presley after it. His throw not in time. And into third base goes Hidalgo. And Maracaibo putting something together here in the 4th.
Hey. Finish, baby. You got to finish.
Good hustle on the part of Hidalgo and Gonzalez.
That ball was hit just over the bag.
I'll send somebody.
And Hidalgo diving in, kind of a belly flop as you would into the pool. Josh Presley missed the cutoff man again. The runner, Gonzalez, wanted to go to second base, and the first base coach was hauling him in.
Alexander Delgado takes the first pitch on the outside corner, and it's called a strike. So 2 outs and 2 on. Here's a great opportunity for Maracaibo, Venezuela to get back in this ball game.
A good base hit right now. You got to keep the rally going. One thing you can't do, you can't hit a 6-run homer.
That ball fouled off. It was a check swing by Delgado, who's been hit by a pitch 3 times in the World Series to lead all batters. He also is hitting .500, 7 for 14 with a homer and 4 ribbies. He grounded out to third in his first plate appearance in the 3rd inning.
I like that. Jimmy Regan came set, boom, got his sign. The batter was not ready, and Regan wanted to pitch, and the umpire, rightfully so, gave the batter time.
That time he misses up high and outside, and it's 1-2.
Work him, Torpedo. Work him, baby. Hey, we got to knock it down in there.
Jimmy Regan, 18 years of age, 6'1", 180 from Sunrise, Florida. 7-0 last year at his high school team, St. Thomas Aquinas. And Venezuela doing their best job to distract him a little bit right now.
Well, they do a lot of feinting as if they're going to steal. Down 7-1, I don't think you can steal.
Outside, 2-2.
Walk down, Jimmy Regan, baby. Come on.
Jimmy Regan is a little shaky this inning, but all he's doing is coming forward to the plate before his arm's ready.
Foul ball. The runner was moving on the play at Dixon Gonzalez. And Delgado stays alive at 2-2.
That was a good pitch right there. It was good motion. Got his arm up, and he was throwing the ball downhill. So one thing as a pitcher, you want to think of throwing the ball from top to bottom and not back to front. When it goes back to front, the curveball stays high and the fastball stays high.
Throw back to first. Gonzalez back easily. They say Regan pitches with a chip on his shoulder, has a good presence. Here's the time to have the chip. Oh, a terrific breaking pitch by Regan. And he freezes Delgado, and he strands 2 base runners in the process. So Broward County gets out of the top of the 4th on this pitch by Jim Regan. 7-1, middle of the 4th.
Twizzlers and Twizzlers Pull and Peel Candy. 2 ways to make mouths happy.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 2nd largest cruise port in the world. And Broward County leading Venezuela in the Big League Baseball World Series championship game for 97, 7-1. There was a national bracket and an international bracket here at the World Series. 11 teams overall participating. And here's a look at the breakdown, which included another Florida team in Brevard County. And Williamsport, Pennsylvania was represented. And as far as the international bracket was concerned, for the first time, a team from Lithuania made the trip all the way to Fort Lauderdale. Central America also represented by Guadalajara, Mexico.
Leading off for Broward County in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And so from those 11 came 2 teams, the national champion and the international champion, and that's where we are in this championship game today.
New first baseman, number 15, Dixon Gonzalez.
New first baseman, Dixon Gonzalez, as Mike Fox leads off the home 4th for the home team, Broward County. First pitch taken for a ball. Hector Lopez on the mound. He's gone the entire way. Fox 0 for 2 on the day. And Lopez missing outside with the breaking pitch. 2-0.
Now to start the game, Dixon Gonzalez was the DH. So putting him into the game, I would assume that they've lost their DH.
Line drive, base hit, left center field. And Fox has his first hit of the afternoon. Well, tomorrow night, the real big leaguers take the field on ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball Game of the Week. Chipper Jones of the NL East leading Atlanta Braves travel to St. Louis to face the Cardinals and long ball hitting Mark McGwire. Game time, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And last night, Mark McGwire with a 2-run homer. Game went into extra innings. St. Louis won it 3-2 over Atlanta. The Florida Marlins were smiling because they went over Pittsburgh 6-5 in their final at bat. Throw down to second, and a stolen base for Fox.
Mike Fox was lucky that the shortstop dropped the ball because he's out. He's out. If he holds on to the baseball, the umpire was getting ready to ring him up. But unfortunately, he got to hold on to the little white horse side.
So they give a stolen base to Mike Fox. Al Corbeil at the plate. 1-0 the count. Corbeil on the day. Single to center field. And he popped out.
See, when you're up 7-1, you can do more things and take more chances because, hey, if it fails, you're still up 7-1. And I think you'll see Jeff Eidelberg and the Broward County All-Stars. You'll start to see them do a little more stealing and put a little more activity on the base path.
1-0 the count to Al Corbeil. And that ball gets away from Dudas Duran, and moving on to third is Mike Fox. So a pass ball. So once again, Broward threatening here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And now we're looking at a possible change on the mound as Hector Lopez walks over towards his manager, Dixon Jose Bellerin.
Frankie, when you're done, pick up the ball.
And they're bringing in Jonathan Nunez. So Jonathan Nunez will come on to replace Hector Lopez. We'll take a break here in the bottom of the fourth.
There have always been great reasons to give diamonds. Now there's a great way to buy them. DCI, the world's finest diamonds, direct to you at prices you can afford. Fully certified and guaranteed. Call DCI and we'll rush you a free diamond pack, including our How to Buy Diamonds video and our beautiful diamond selection guide. With our direct prices and convenient payment plans, buying diamonds can be as easy as giving them. Call DCI and we'll rush your free diamond pack to you with an extra value certificate for extra savings. Now, all you need is a reason.
Welcome back to the Big League Baseball World Series in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The score 7-1. Broward County leading here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and a pitching change. Jonathan Nunez coming on to replace Hector Lopez. Nunez, the pitcher, Tommy, will bat in the number 5 spot, which means Jesus Malero, their first baseman, is gone for the game. And a Dixon Gonzalez, who was DHing, moves to first.
Right. As soon as that DH came into the game, they lost the DH for the game. That meant that the pitcher had to hit. And Jonathan Nunez has a much better fastball than Hector Lopez, but he has, or at least the coaches said, he has little control. So they want to come somebody, instead of having breaking ball, fork ball, slider, sidearm curveball, they want to get a little more power out of the pitching spot.
So there's a look at Gonzalez, who moves over to first base and remains in his spot, the 7th position in the batting order. Corbeil at the plate, and the 2-0 pitch is fouled off. Nunez is 0-1 thus far in 3 2/3 innings of work, a 3.82 ERA, 1 strikeout, 3 base on balls.
Go, Niner. Go, baby. Mike.
Runner on third is Mike Fox. Broward County up 7-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Corbeil, line drive, base hit, left center field. And Fox will score. And Broward County takes an 8-1 lead.
And what the Venezuela coaches wanted to do to try to change up the pace of the game, slow pitcher, now they came with a fastball pitcher. I tell you, this is what Broward County wants. Somebody to throw the ball in the upper part of the strike zone and let those guys extend those arms. Al Corbeil took that ball into left center field, the ball up and out over the plate.
So that'll bring up Mark Cochran. Cochran takes inside for a ball. Cochran can play second base, third base, catcher.
He's built more like a catcher than he is a second baseman. Maybe third base. You see those powerful, stumpy legs, big thighs, reminiscent of the catchers.
Off-speed pitch misses, and it's 2-0. He went from 155 pounds to 185 pounds in 1 year. He lives in the weight room until his hands bleed, they say.
Wants to become another Mark McGuire, I guess.
Well, he used to hit line drives into the gap. Now he hits them over the gap. And this one is well tagged to the gap. And it's going to go off the wall. And rounding third is Corbeil. He gets the green light, and Corbeil will score. And Cochran has a double and an RBI.
Well, I think you're seeing why Broward County hits fastball pitchers. The ball's up and out over the plate again. And I don't care how hard you throw the ball, unless you're into that 90+ mile-an-hour range. These guys will just waffle that ball. Nunez got to come up now against Frank Marciante.
Big dog time.
And Marciante.
Go get him, 1-6. Here we go, baby.
He's already 2 for 2 in the ball game. A double and a grand slam home run. The double in the first and RBI, and the grand slam in the second.
You see that ball up and out over the plate. That was on a 2-2 count. And Lopez was trying to get a strike over the plate, but trying to throw a fastball by Marciante is trying to sneak sun by a rooster. Can't be done.
Hey, a little quicker through the zone. Here we go.
9-1 is the lead. Bottom of the fourth. Oh, he threw it inside and right at his head. And you saw Marciante scrambling out of the box.
There isn't anything wrong with that pitch as long as you got something to back it up with. And by backing it up, I mean that you got to be able to throw something breaking on the outside corner to intimidate the hitter.
And now a little discussion between home plate umpire Dominic Esposito and the coach of Venezuela, Roberto de Jesus Murillo, who brought his interpreter with him to home plate, which is always a good idea.
Go get it, baby. Go get some.
Might have been some discussion about that chin music. 1-0 the count. Still nobody out. Cochran on second. 2 runs in and a 9-1 lead.
There was the backup. He threw the fastball chin high, and that was just breaking ball outside. And now the count's 2-0. And if he throws this fastball over the plate, you may see Frank Marciante hit another home run.
Marciante is now 9 for 15 in the World Series. He is number 1 in the entire tournament in batting average, slugging percentage, on base percentage. And now Dudas Duran, the catcher, wants to come out to talk to Jonathan Nunez. By the way, we have to mention that the rules of Big League Baseball here, if the lead is 10 runs or more after 5 complete innings, the ball game is over. You must play 4.5 for a complete game. But if the lead is 10 or more, then the game is over.
Well, if, let's say Marciante hits a home run right here, and Regan goes out and gets Venezuela out in the top of the 5th, the game's over, 11-1. Watch the fastball right here. Now watch Marciante hit. This is the new era of hitting.
That ball inside, and it's 3-0 to Marciante.
And by the new era of hitting, batters are off the plate. They stand well off the plate, and they stride into the ball. And the only place to pitch them is on the inside part of the plate and change-ups.
Off-speed pitch, catches the corner. 3-1.
Stay pitch. Stay pitch. Rip it.
Marciante 2 for 2 with 5 ribbies on his birthday.
Well, he got a cake, a kiss, and 5 RBIs. That's not too bad.
Ground ball, foul. Good diving effort by Jose Moreno. Moreno pretty aggressive over there at third, which is what we've seen throughout the week from all the Venezuelan players.
All the scouts told me that the Venezuela players, they don't really have one outstanding player or 2 outstanding players. Everybody helps everybody else, but they're very, very good with their gloves.
Outside for a ball, and Marciante draws a walk. Well, tune into the Deuce tomorrow for the Big League Softball World Series Championship game. 16 to 18-year-old girls from Waldorf, Maryland take on the host team from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern on ESPN2. Number 5 hitter Ryan Sheely steps in, drew a walk in the first, and grounded to short in the second, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. And a good curveball, strike one. So Nunez starting to find the outside corner a little bit.
The thing that makes his curveball better than Lopez, he's got something to back it up inside. And I said when he threw the chin music to Marciante, you've got to be able to back it up with a fastball or a breaking ball on the outside corner. There he went just the opposite. Curveball first pitch for a strike, and then fastball up and in.
I asked Ryan Sheely who's his favorite player. He said Frank Thomas. He says a lot of people say I look like him.
Yeah, he's better looking than Frank Thomas. But I tell you what, Frank Thomas is one of the nicest guys that ever put the uniform on.
Nunez missing, and it's 1-2. Sheely, some huge numbers on Thursday night against USA South.
And Sheely was not hitting the ball well until that night. He possesses great power, but he was just not hitting the ball that well.
1-2 pitch, strike, and goodbye Sheely. So Sheely goes down swinging. First out in the inning.
Sheely down on strikes for the first out.
Now watch Sheely look fastball and then gets breaking ball, and he gets out on that front foot, and you see him buckle. When you see a batter buckle in the middle and they start to reach for the ball, even if they hit it, the best they can do is just a little bloop. You've taken away all their power.
That'll bring up the DH, Jose Velez. Velez, a sacrifice fly RBI in the first, walked and scored a run in the third. And a fastball from Nunez on the corner, strike one.
You know, Bruce, you hear a lot of pitching coaches saying, stay back, wait retention, stay back, wait retention. Hitting's the same way. You've got to stay back on your back leg, and you saw Sheely right there get out to his front foot and couldn't do anything with the breaking ball.
Off-speed pitch hit to right center field. And a good effort, but the ball drops. And all runners will be safe. Moving on. Long run there by Ronaldo Hidalgo, but never really got to the ball until it was too late. So a base hit, and the base is loaded.
That ball was hit off the end of the bat, and a good effort by Ronaldo Hidalgo. But unfortunately, the ball was just out of his reach. And a lot of times like I said, there's got to be some luck involved. That was a good pitch. That was a poor, a weak hit. But the ball just happened to find the spot between the outfielders.
So the bases are loaded, and the batter is Josh Presley.
Now you saw the catcher, fastball inside.
And that is inside, and it got the corner. Presley with 2 base hits of the day, both singles to right.
If you're going to pitch Josh, you've got to pitch him hard stuff inside, because he's got those big, long arms and a very, very long swing. If you throw him something slow out over the plate, it's history. Breaking ball, you're going to throw it down in the dirt.
That one misses. It's 1-1.
The other dirt.
Josh was first-team All-County in 1997 State of Florida Player of the Year, entering his senior year at Westminster Academy. 1-1 pitch, fouled off.
You saw that fastball there, and Josh was late on the ball, fouling it back on the third base side.
Oh, go get it, baby.
So it's 1-2 to Presley. They call him a legitimate prospect on the mound.
Absolutely, because he's 6'6", 225 pounds, and throws the ball in the upper 80s and into the low 90s. And that is what scouts look for. And I said Regan is the pitcher, but Josh Presley is the stuff. Little miscommunication there between pitcher-catcher. The Venezuela coaches call every pitch, every location.
And again, Nunez will step off. You know Presley from the time he was a youngster.
Josh pitched for me when I coached Westminster in the 7th grade, and he was a decent player then. And his father has had paid coaching every place he's gone. They took him with him when they went up to Maine in the summer. And so he's had coaching all down the line.
1-2 pitch, and it's hit deep to left center field, and this one is way back there. It is gone. A grand slam home run for Josh Presley. And Broward County has
want to throw a guy with a slow bat an off-speed pitch or breaking balls in, because what you do, you speed his bat up, and that's what you're doing. Josh has a slow bat, a long swing, and they threw that breaking ball out over the plate, and that allowed Josh to get the bat head out and hit the ball a long way.
So Josh Presley gets his first home run of the World Series, but what a big one.
Watch this swing. Watch. You see the ball extend those arms? No. When you're 6'6", 225 pounds, the ball's outside like that, off speed, well, you can send it a long way.
So 6 runs are in here in the 4th, and we may get another pitching change for Maracaibo, Venezuela. 13-1 lead for Broward County, looking for their first championship since 1992. The new pitcher will be number 20, Davis Gomez, will be back.
All right, we get up that far. Come on, man. Let's go.
Yunus gone.
Best Industrial Tool and Supply.
We need a cut side at the job site right away. How fast can you get it here?
At Best Industrial Tool and Supply, we know that downtime costs you money. That's why we carry the best product selection. You'll find air and electrical power tools, a wide variety of hand tools for the industrial, commercial, automotive, and landscaping trades. And don't forget fasteners and abrasives. You'll find everything you need in one giant hands-on showroom.
Get bits. Best Industrial Tool and Supply.
It's hip, it's hot, it's graffitis. Find the latest styles for girls and guys from all the hottest names. Jenko and Jenko Girly Stuff. Boss by IG Designs, Girl Star and Lush. And you'll find everything you need to accessorize. We also carry Fresh Jive, 26 Red, and Smith Jeans. Graffitis, you want it, we got it. Come by today. You'll find us on Wild Road at Coral Springs Drive. Graffitis.
Been working to improve sports for the fan.
Designed to extend the season for fans in places like frigid Lambeau Field, the Toasty Ball is heated by a small plutonium furnace. But at 130 degrees, it's too hot to handle.
But experiments like Toasty Ball did lead to a breakthrough in coverage for all sports. ESPN Sports Zone. With Chris Mortensen's column, drive charts, everything you need to be a better fan. ESPN Sports Zone. Technology for you.
Bruce Beck and Tommy John back in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Big League Baseball World Series for 1997 in Broward County right now with a commanding 13-1 lead. We're still in the bottom of the 4th inning. And once again, if a lead is 10 runs or more after 4.5, the ball game will be over. New pitcher, Davis Gomez, number 20. And he pitches to Brian Spirio, comes off the bench and gets a base hit to right field. So Spirio, who will attend Valencia Community College in the fall of '97, he's from Coral Springs, and he gets into the ball game first as a pinch runner and now as a hitter, and he comes through with a base hit.
You know, this is where Jeff Eidelberg and the coaches of Broward County, you got to take your hat off to them. They've got a 13-1 lead, and yet they're getting their guys on the bench a chance to get some at-bats.
Davis Gomez is the new pitcher in the ball game, replacing Jonathan Nunez.
Go get it, baby.
Gomez, his 3rd appearance of the tournament. 2 strikeouts and 1 2/3 innings of work. And a breaking ball in the dirt for a ball. New batter, it's John Lee. So John Lee comes on for Dave Mamone in the number 9 spot.
And this will be one of those where you hit and the player will re-enter.
Which means that Mamone would go back in at second base.
Probably.
Stay inside,
but
baby. Don't get
it's Eidelberg's way of letting the guys who don't get a chance to play very often, although this Broward ball club, they got a chance to play because they scored so many runs.
But Jeff Eidelberg, Bill Leone, and Jeff Marbach, their philosophy of letting everybody get in and play. They get experience, and then in big situations, if you need them, they've got something to fall back on.
Well, I would imagine the guys who are not playing are their younger players who are going to be back for next year, and you give them a little experience and a little taste of success.
That ball in the dirt, it gets by the catcher, Dudas Duran. And moving into second base on the pass ball is Brian Spirio.
2-1.
This is the 9th batter in the inning.
Even better. Got to come to your zone.
John Lee at the plate. He's only 17. He'll be a senior at J.P. Taravella High School in the fall. He's done a good job coming off the bench. Got a good arm.
Goes to a good school. Good baseball history out there in that Northwest, in that Coral Springs. Taravella, Douglas.
And that ball outside, and it misses. Ball 4. So on at first base is John Lee. Tell you, it's such a team effort here at the World Series. And there's Floyd Hall, president of the Federal Little League for many years, founder of the Big League World Series, and he, with a tremendous volunteer staff, make this a big-time event. Thanks to all of the volunteers involved. Everyone under the entire Little League family, from Williamsport under the guidance of President and CEO Steve Keener, Dr. Creighton Hale, and Scott Rosenberg, who have done such a wonderful job. Also a special thanks to all the volunteers here in Florida who make this Big League Baseball World Series a huge success, including the Coral Springs, Pembroke, Pines, Deerfield, and Federal Little Leagues. Many people have taken their vacation time to help, and some have worked here for 28 years. New pitching change again. They will go with the left-hander Ricardo Linares, and we will step out as they do.
Too many games? Not enough fields? Musco, official lighting sponsor of Little League Baseball, has the solution. Unique, affordable lighting systems that volunteers can install. With Musco's special pricing, financing, and fundraising help, you can be playing under the lights. Call for a free guide to lighting your Little League field now. 1-800-825-5004. Musco Lighting. We make it happen for your league, for your kids.
How Domino champ Charlie Armstrong eats a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's.
Is it getting hot? Too hot? Don't just sit there and suffer. Run to your phone and call this hotline now for Sears-installed central air conditioning. Act now so you can get energy-efficient central air conditioning from Sears installed fast. Convenient financing is available, so don't sweat it. Call now and get immediate relief from the reliable professionals at Sears, the most trusted name around the house.
Great timing, guys. Played for 13 years and I retire, and now you're coming out with this sports news channel? All these scores and highlights are really going to help my career. Look at me now. Gardening. Morons. You guys want to kick my dog while you're here?
Our second change of this bottom of the 4th inning, with 6 runs already pushed across for Broward County. And the left-hander is Ricardo Linares, whose nickname is Fireball.
Well, it's Fireball. That's a facetious saying, because he only throws the ball in the mid-60s.
Nobody there, speed
and the guys on the team, on the Venezuela team, call him Fireball. We'll see.
Will Smith steps in as a pinch hitter, and he lines a base hit to right field. Rounding third is Spirio. He will score, getting the green light, and coming down is Lee. So 2 runs come in a pinch hit double off the bench by Will Smith. And everyone can hit on this ball club for Broward County.
Well, everyone can hit, and everyone has a chance to hit. And, golly, I love to see that. Love to see the guys have a chance to experience some success. And, you know, when the game's over and you win and you're jubilant, everybody feels as they have contributed. And the Broward coaches, you're to be commended, too. I like that. Although Tommy John is his favorite ball player, I like it even if I weren't.
Al Corbeil steps in. He's got 2 hits on the day, both singles to center field.
Hey, Broward, keep stroking it, baby.
Also popped out in the 2nd inning. Corbeil the catcher, but this ball club has 3, 4, or 5 guys who could play catcher. Corbeil's at a big tournament.
Come on! No!
Wild pitch goes off the backstop, which is close to home plate, and that will keep the runner at second base.
Venezuela is in the same spot, Bruce, as Puerto Rico was last night. When their main pitcher, Hector Lopez, got cuffed around, then they had to go to the other pitchers, and it's just not the same.
2-0 pitch. And there's a strike. So Will Smith did a nice job coming off the bench. He will attend Tallahassee Community College in the fall of '97, 18 years of age. Played with Douglas High School this past year, first team all-county selection. Really blossomed this year. Ground ball, second base. Hernandez plays to Gonzalez. Moving on to third base is Will Smith. So 2 outs in this long fourth inning.
Well, it's long only if you're on the Venezuela side. If you're on the Broward side, they're saying, come on, let's get some more. Let's get some more. They've hit around. They want to hit around again. They want to score some more runs.
Here's Mark Cochran. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Cochran doubled and had an RBI his last time up in the fourth. He walked in the first and scored a run, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second.
Inside the ball, especially off this guy now.
You hear Jeff Eidelberg saying inside the ball. What he's saying is keep your hands inside the ball, especially as the slower the pitcher throws it, the more you want to stay inside and try to hit it up the middle and the right center.
Cochran grounds it to second. Hernandez bobbles it, plays on to first, and Gonzalez made the play. So the inning is finally over, but not before. 8 runs were scored by Broward County. They lead 15-1.
This simple-looking device is the key to unlock your body's hidden potential. It can change the look and shape of every line and curve.
A look at Floyd Hall Stadium, which opened in 1965 and has gone through some marvelous changes. And here is the storyline of the game. And this storyline is brought to you by Sports Supply Group, the official factory direct equipment supplier of Little League Baseball. Marciante's got a grand slam. Presley has a grand slam. He's 3 for 3. And Broward County getting a lot of runs from their first 4 guys in the lineup. They lead 15-1, 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and 8 in the fourth. And there's a good look at Mr. Presley. And Josh connecting with the grand slam in the fourth.
And that's, they threw right into Josh Presley's wheelhouse. That is something slow and out over the plate.
So only 3 more outs and it will be over. Once again, the rules of the Big League Baseball World Series. If the lead is 10 runs or more after 4.5 complete innings, the game is over. So Venezuela essentially here with last licks, and Dudas Duran takes outside. It's 2-1, and Duran provided the only scoring for Venezuela in this ball game, a home run in the third. Jim Regan has gone all the way for Broward County, and that one took a big hop in the dirt before home plate.
You know, here in this World Series, the Broward County Ball Club have had complete games from all their pitchers except the first game, or a second game.
Good fastball, strike 2.
And that was the game that Jimmy Regan pitched. He only pitched 6 innings. I think Smith came in and got 1 out, or got the 1 inning in.
And there's a strikeout. Duran goes down swinging. So Broward County now only 2 outs away from the championship. You want NFL info? You better tune in. NFL Primetime Monday on ESPN. Get the latest on training camp, the free season, and the upcoming season at 7:30 Eastern. Then switch to ABC for preseason NFL action. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the San Francisco 49ers, Monday night at 8 Eastern. NFL Prime Monday at ESPN, and it keeps you informed. Ground ball to shortstop, and Mike Fox misplays the ball. It'll be an error. And Jose Moreno on safely. So one of the few mental mistakes in the ball game by Broward County.
Well, Mike Fox laid back on that ball, and with the infield being chewed up, with all the base runners going around second base, he laid back on the ball and got a bad hop. If he comes and keeps on charging it, even though he would have taken it on the short hop, it would have been a little better bounce.
Javier Hernandez flies to center field. Chris Galt goes back. It's over his head. He misplays that ball, and moving into second base is Hernandez with a double. So a double for Javier Hernandez, his third hit of the ball game. 2 doubles and a single.
You know, the only thing that Venezuela can look for right now, you see the ball right down the middle of the plate. Chris Galt gives it a good effort, dives, ball hit off his glove for a double. The only thing Venezuela can look for right now is just maybe a little morsel that doesn't make this so sour. If they can get Regan out of the game and make Broward County bring a reliever in, that might be a partial victory for them.
It's actually Brian Spirio in center, not Chris Galt. My mistake of the first pitch to Angel Cotero is a strike. So 1 out in the top of the 5th, 15-1 lead for Broward County. 2 more outs and this game will be over. And that pitch just missed outside. It's 1-1. Jim Regan, 18 years of age, from Sunrise, Florida, trying to get the big victory for Broward County, their first championship since 1992, when they beat Venezuela in the title game. And that was the year that Hurricane Andrew came in right after the game, and it took a little while for Venezuela to even get out of this park.
It took a lot of teams a little while to get out of this park, because as soon as this game was over, they had to evacuate their hotel, the Bahia Mar, which is right on Fort Lauderdale Beach. They had to come over to the Morton Center.
Cotero stays alive and fouls it off.
But then all of us that live down here in Fort Lauderdale had to evacuate and go to higher ground.
But you saw the goodwill involved in Little League Baseball, because there were no buses in this whole Broward County area. They had to get trucks and vans to move the players from one place to another.
And they have a lot of good volunteers, and they came up with food to feed these young men.
Line drive, base hit into right field. And 2 runs will score. So Angel Cotero with a single and 2 ribbies. And Venezuela getting to Jim Regan here in the 5th. And taking a walk out to the mound, manager Jeff Eidelberg.
You can see Jimmy Regan leaving the balls up, leaving the balls over the heart of the plate.
Curveball, man. They're all looking dead red. Finish this, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, boy.
You heard,
here we go.
You heard Jeff saying, hey, they're sitting on dead red. Let's start throwing some curveballs. When you get a large lead, Bruce, what happens? You forget to continue pitching. You just start throwing the ball. And whether this lead is 15-1 or 1-0, you've still got to pitch.
And that pitch again bouncing before the plate. Ball 1 to Ronaldo Hidalgo, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Hernandez, the number 2 hitter, with 3 hits, and Cotero, the number 3 hitter, with 2 hits for Venezuela. And you're right, Regan right now is not really firing the ball. He's just kind of throwing, Tommy.
Well, you just wonder, he had 64 pitches coming into this inning. And, you know, he's throwing a lot. It's a hot day. It's a humid day. Hey, he's 18 years old, 19 years old, but still, that heat and humidity can wilt you.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's a good fastball, 2-1. If you're wondering about Broward County, there are 29 cities which comprise Broward, Fort Lauderdale being the largest. The population is 1,419,000. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Good fastball on the outside corner, and it's 2-2.
Hey, way to work, kid!
Now, he missed with a curveball, missed with a changeup, hit 2 fastballs low and away. Let's see if they come back with something breaking right now.
And there is the breaking pitch on the corner, and Regan got him. And he caught Hidalgo looking. And now Broward County is only 1 batter away. Good call, Tommy.
Well, Jimmy Regan had him set up. He threw 2 fastballs for strike 1, strike 2 on the outside corner at the knees. And the batter at 2-2 can't be looking for a breaking ball, and Regan threw him an outstanding pitch.
Number 22,
Mikhail Bracho will be the pinch hitter for Jonathan Nunez. And there's a look at Bracho, who steps in with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And Broward County just 1 out away from winning it. Regan. That's a strike at the letters.
Bracho is one of their relief pitchers that I'm sure that they would like to have gotten him into the game to stop the bleeding in the last inning, but didn't get to.
That's a ball, and it's 1-1. Runner on second is Angel Gutierrez. 2 runs in for Venezuela here in the top of the 5th. But with the 10-run rule in effect, this will be it. 1-1 pitch and a fastball over. It's 1-2.
You know, Bruce, when you pitch out in front to 0-2, 1-2, there are so many ways. Now, he can go right back with a fastball up and in again, or he can break the ball down and away. They're going to go down and away.
1-2 pitches fouled off. So Bracho hangs in there.
And you'll see the catcher, Corbeil, will pat the glove inside to make the hitter think that he's going to come inside with the pitch.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch off strike 3. And it's all over, and Broward County has won the Big League Baseball World Series for 1997. And the celebration begins.
And rightfully so. This Broward County team, they had good pitching, but they had awesome hitting, as we saw today.
Jim Regan gets it done in the 5th inning and finishes with this strikeout.
Little breaking ball high in the strike zone. The batter swung right through it for strike 3. His 5th strikeout on the game. Jimmy Regan pitched a very, very good game.
So teams came from all over the world, but it was a team from around the block which captured the 1997 Big League Baseball World Series. We'll be back. Is being presented by Sports Supply Group, the official factory direct equipment supplier of Little League Baseball. Well, it's official, and Broward County has won 15-3 over Maracaibo, Venezuela to win the 1997 Big League Baseball World Series. And they did it with both offense and pitching, and that's the way they did things all year long, Tommy.
Well, like we said into the opening, this ball club could hit. The 3 hitters hit the ball. Josh Presley, I said earlier in the game, Josh Presley was going to have a good game because they didn't have the pitchers that could throw the ball by Josh Presley with his long, slow swing. That breaking ball was out over the plate. It gave Josh a chance to extend his arms. And when you're 6'6", 225 pounds, you're going to hit the ball that far.
So a couple of grand slam home runs, and Regan comes through with the big pitches down the stretch.
Jimmy Regan, Jeff Eidelberg came out and said, hey, you're throwing too many fastballs. Go to your breaking ball, keep pitching, and that's what he did. Fastballs inside, wound the game up with a nice curveball for his strike 3 for his 5th strikeout of the game.
Once again, our final score at the Big League Baseball World Series is Broward County, Florida 15, Maracaibo, Venezuela 3. Tomorrow, tune in to ESPN2 for the Girls' Championship game of the Big League Softball World Series at 12:30 Eastern. Next on the Deuce, it's auto racing action with the Toyota Atlantic Series. For Tommy John, I'm Bruce Beck. Thanks for joining us, and good afternoon from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.